What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Today I will be learning about another NASCAR legend, Davey Allison. And I say NASCAR legend only because in the description of the video they said he was a legend. So I'm gonna take their word for it. I will be learning about him today. Hopefully I wouldn't think they would do me wrong like this and completely just embarrass me in this video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the reaction and watch me learn about another legend. Original video link will be down in the description. Let's get into the video. Crazy tough. This a fucking ad? Bro, why are they always getting me with ads?
Looking for the green flag that will start our race today. They get it, and the race is on. The leader of the race,
this bitch
Davey
intense.
Allison, got what, about a 4.5 second lead then on the rest?
Yes, it's moved almost to 5 seconds.
Wiki is out of the way, Run is out of the way. Meanwhile, they're still working on the Hamlin car, and now the car's stalling for Davey. He refires it and pulls away. It costs about an extra 7 or 8 seconds.
As strong as that car's been all day, now we're going to find out how strong he really is, because for the first time, he's going to pass race.
Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Damn.
Davey, you okay?
What? That shit was crazy. Sound like he was going crazy. Allison also had several crashes that plagued him with minor injuries. I think that's just say injuries. Went kind of fast. But Davey season hit a new low. Oh my God. It's so much easier reading faster in your head.
Today, live from Pocono International Raceway in Pennsylvania.
Pocono International
500. Now let's take a look at the quest for the Cup standings as we enter the second half of the season. Davey Allison remains on top. He's been there since the first race at Daytona.
Bill
We
Elliott.
mentioned how this track can give drivers
Chase
headaches.
Elliott
Well, Davey Allison had a severe headache last week that put him in the hospital. Nothing caused by anything here at the racetrack, but he has overcome that to win the pole position.
After dominating the first half of the 1992 season, Davies begins the second half with no concerns about the car or the track, but a little bit about your health. 2 days in the hospital, Davey. How are you?
Well, Jerry, right now I'm doing real good. I was a little bit ill earlier this week, but I feel healthy and strong, ready to take this Texaco Havoline Thunderbird the distance today.
Looking for the green flag that will start our race today. They get it, and the race is on.
People just try to get out and get past as soon as possible.
And someone back there evidently didn't get a good start because they're about 60. Davey hasn't had anyone to race with all day. He was on the pole at the drop of the green flag, jumped out front, and has been there every lap so far.
And here is Allison moving to the inside of Dale.
Yo, he's going.
Uh-oh.
Dale.
Close to crashing.
David brings that car down the inside. Car looks to be handling beautifully.
He has been very ill for about 2 weeks. In fact, the illness actually began the morning of the Pepsi 400 in Daytona. He had a severe headache, and the headache just got worse and worse. Went back to the hotel after the race.
He seemed confident in his driving, too. Man's
just
just gone.
Down, didn't want to take a lot of fluids. He's been fighting a severe headache for a couple of weeks. He finally was hospitalized on Thursday. He spent the better part of 2 days in the hospital in Charlotte after Jreck had a nerve surgery. They did a bunch of tests. Davey was concerned, as you heard him say at the top of the show, that maybe when he took that lick at the Winston in Charlotte, maybe he had a smoldering problem, maybe a head injury a la Buddy Baker of a few years ago. Remember, Buddy Baker had the problem we were able to diagnose at Watkins Glen. But everything.
I'm not gonna lie. I apologize if you guys having a hard time hearing what Mans is saying over the cars. Like, I can barely hear myself. I'm really trying to listen. So if I'm not talking right now, it's because I'm really trying to hear what this man is saying.
As far as the scans were concerned, there apparently was a viral illness even some concern that maybe it was Lyme disease or maybe even Rocky Mountain spotted fever. But anyway, Davey should be okay here today.
Well, I think you might call this a dream season for Davey Allison, huh? Started off the year with a win in the Daytona 500, has recorded 4 wins, 10 top 5s. He's led the points all season. He's led more laps than anyone else this year and has led in 12 of the 15 races. So Davey is definitely experiencing a dream season, hoping that he can become the first driver in history to lead the points from beginning to end.
That's a lot of laps to
out
lead.
in Pocono for the second time this afternoon. This was for our only incident of wall contact, and it wasn't very
At least it sounds like a
significant.
lot. I could be
Behind
wrong.
that safety truck there is the 16 car of Wally Dallenbach Jr. Made contact with the wall in turn number 2. Didn't hit it very hard, but it was enough to make the car come to a stop outside of the tunnel turn on the North Straightaway.
This indeed was a break for Davey Allison. They would have had to make 2 more stops. Now they're making on 1 more after this one. They all come down pit road very deliberately. We would expect to see a 4-tire change here by the Haviland crew. Likewise, 4 tires will be going on the Tide Chevrolet, pitting just behind Davey Allison. Right side tires going on. 1 can of fuel in. Very critical they get the car completely full of fuel here for the Haviland crew. Now Ricky Rudd's team changing left side tires. Right behind the leader, Davey Allison. Left side fuel being rolled up. Bolted on. Getting ready to pull the jack. 7 cars.
Whoa!
Kowicki is out of the way. Rudd is out of the way. Meanwhile, they're still working on the Haviland car. And now the car's
How do you practice putting a tire on fast?
About an extra 7 or 8
Like, how do you just know, hey, I'm good at
He
this?
lost several positions.
Yes, he did. He lost about 5 or 6 positions.
As strong as that car's been all day, now we're going to find out how strong he really is. Because for
So
the
he
first
started
time,
7
he's going to
on
pass
lap
Ricky.
148.
Allison looking to the inside of Waltrip at the end of the main straightaway. Let's see if he picks up that spot. Yes, Davey now moves to 4th.
There we see Davey
Okay, now
on the
maybe it was a
inside.
jump cut.
He is
Maybe it
on the
wasn't
inside of
148.
Derek Cope, trying to get by him, and meanwhile, Darrell Walter right on the back bumper of Davey.
He's upside down.
Son.
Into the guardrail, side over side, end over end, and Davey Allison has experienced a horrifying crash.
That crash looks terrible, dude. Oh my God. Flips. That man's car is demolished.
Davey, you okay?
His car is upside down. Fuel is pouring out of it.
Well, that was a good indication.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
He clapped his hands. Apparently, Davey is talking to them.
That was a good indication that, hey, we don't need to cut the guy. He's going to be able to get out of here by himself is what I took from that.
That's what exactly the way I
Let's
read it.
certainly hope that's what it means.
He was okay
There's
after
Davey
that?
on the stretcher, being taken
Oh, he's on the stretcher, okay.
to a gurney that will put him into the ambulance
I was like, there's no way. That was an
transported
awful crash.
to the nearest medical facility for further attention. And the word we had was that Davey was conscious. We have no other information than that. Cage looks good.
It does look good. And I tell you what, that bar, the black bar right in the middle of the roll cage that runs horizontal, vertical, whatever, across. See that black bar right there in the center? That's going to save all that stuff from coming in the guardrail, all that other stuff from coming inside the car with Davey.
Let's go down to Dr. Cherry Punch, who is with one of Davey's very best friends, Joey Knuckles.
A crew member, you're right, Bob. And
Did he just say Dr. Cherry Punch and then something Knuckles? I'm tripping, right? Let me just go back. Just go back.
Bar, the black bar right in
gonna
the
go back
middle of
20
the roll
seconds,
cage
that's all.
that runs horizontal, vertical, whatever, across.
I don't think I heard that right.
See that black bar right there in the center? That's going to save all that stuff from coming in the guardrail, all that other stuff from coming inside the car with Davey.
Let's go down to Dr. Cherry Punch, who is with one of Davey's very best friends, Joey Knuckles.
Joey
crew member,
Knuckles.
you're right, Bob, and a very close friend of Davey's, Joey Knuckles. And Joey, you were inside a moment ago with Davey. What did they tell you?
They say that he is alert and conscious.
Okay, that's good.
And knows where he is. And I know Liz tried to call, and you know, all our families and everything. Debbie and everybody. You know, he's going to be okay. They're checking him over real good and fixing to fly him to the hospital. Our car held up real well. We're just, you know, our prayers are with him.
Well, you know, the guy that medical attended on him gave me a thumbs up on him, said he does have a problem with his arm, but after they've checked him, he does have a fractured right arm and possibly a fracture in the left skull, left temple.
So they are going to take him to Allentown, the Lehigh Valley for x-rays?
Yes. And there is the helicopter that is transporting Davey Allison to a medical facility to be further evaluated. Now, the word we have is, and this is official from NASCAR and Chip Williams, the media coordinator, he has a broken right forearm, a swollen eye. However, he is conscious and in stable condition. Here comes
okay, so that's good. So that means he's going to be okay. Stable.
The first three come in together.
Talking with Jeff Hammond. Jeff, obviously you guys have decided to stretch the fuel mileage again. Do you have enough in that tank?
Well, we hope so, John. We try to plan everything down to that last stop and try to get as much as we could in the car. We've been having Darrell draft as much as we can.
Here he comes off of corner number 3.
Didn't coast the rest of the way down.
He's got it. Darrell Waltrip has won the Miller Genuine Draft 500.
Main thing is how's Davey doing? You know, he and I got together on that deal over there, but it was nothing I could do. He just kept cutting and cutting, and when we hit, he just turned and went right into the infield. So I don't know what y'all saw, but we did get together. Sorry that happened, but you know we were all going for the same hole,
Man,
and then
he took that one.
Just run out of room.
Allison was transported to the Lehigh Valley Hospital. I was trying to figure out what the fuck. This was working around. It goes so fast, like I can't read it out loud. Oh, wow.
But Allison has really put his medical.
He saw his wreck. He watched it.
Back in April, he suffered neck and rib and back injuries at Bristol, then got beat up at Martinsville. The following month at the Winston, his tangle with Kyle Petty left him with a mild concussion and a bruised lung and leg bruises. Jesus. And then, of course, last Sunday, he sustained a broken right collarbone, forearm, and wrist, as well as black eyes.
1 week later? This man's a trooper.
Talk about contrasts. Davey Allison's Grand National driver, Red Farmer.
Wow.
In the 60s.
Really? He got back.
Cup reliever Bobby Hillen.
After that crazy ass wreck, this man, a week later, went right back into it. Got a special cast made and is just ready to go again. You'd have to give me a couple months. Man got back in a week.
20-something. The focus was more on the latter as he shook down and qualified the Haviland T-Bird. And a respectable job the Texas native did. With all that Robert Yates power under the hood, Hillen hustled to a 190.2 mile-per-hour best that was good enough for third.
Friday, when Darrell Waltrip wheeled his car out to qualify, he was greeted with a crescendo of boos.
Well, we've been hearing this rumor all week that somehow Davey Allison would get back in a race car this week here in Talladega, Alabama.
Just getting in and out.
And indeed, it is true. At 8 a.m. this morning, Allison climbed into his Texaco Haviland Ford and began making laps around this 2.66 mile track. Not one lap, but 12 laps. And the question is now, will Davey get out after one lap Sunday, or will he ride on to the first yellow caution flag? That's the big question. He has some special Velcro on the shifting lever and the steering wheel so that his right arm can help grip those two objects as he takes his laps around this racetrack under green on Sunday.
Well, last thing I remember prior to climbing out of the car was seeing Kyle Petty upside down and thinking one of us is not going the right direction. And it sounded like mine. I don't want to put any kind of unnecessary discomfort in anybody else's mind that they think I'm out competing against them, some of the other drivers. And not up to full capacity and something that I don't need to be doing. So it's in my best judgment, and everyone else's too, I think, that I should go to the tail end of the line. If y'all want to see it, I'll show them to you, but it's ugly.
Oh, jeez.
Davey said he bears Darrell Waltrip no animosity, but Davey's dad, a former stock car champion, was not so generous.
I don't think that he started the lap saying, boy, I'm going to wreck old Davey. And I don't think that he went into the tunnel turn saying, I'm going to wreck old Davey. And I don't think that he went across behind Davey saying, I'm going to wreck old Davey. But as the thing developed, I think he said, sure won't hurt to send him out for a little wild ride.
I didn't cause that wreck. I tried to avoid it. I don't drive that way. I think people that know me understand me and know that I don't drive that way. I give a lot.
What do you guys think? Because you guys are the experts here. Do you guys think he caused the wreck or had any, I wouldn't say bad intention, but like, you know, like he said, you know, you can get him out the race for a little bit. Do you guys think he did that on purpose, or y'all think it was an accident? Let me know.
A lot more than I've ever taken.
Today, it's the Die-Hard 500 from the Talladega Superspeedway, and there's Davey Allison's car. And believe it or not, he's in it, going to give it a go, despite a shattered arm being in a cast. It's been a remarkable comeback and a remarkable story.
His right forearm has 2 plates in it to hold it together. He's got pins across the wrist bones to hold him in position, and he's got a broken collarbone. He's sitting here in a cockpit that is 103 degrees. Why is this man smiling?
Can't think of any better place to be, Mike. It's great therapy to be back in the car today, and Bobby Hillen's done a great job for us. All the guys at the shop have done a great job bouncing back from the adversity this week, and we want to win this championship, and that's why I'm here today.
He has Velcro on his glove. He's wearing a full cast. He's got Velcro on the steering wheel and on the gear shift knob to aid him in getting around this racetrack.
And let's go down to the start-finish line where the Vice President of the United States is about to give the command.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh, this is a comeback story for real. I know some crazy shit finna happen because in the title it said comeback.
We're going green flag.
Now there's Davey Allison still out there moving through traffic. Here's Richard Petty right in the midst of that muddle.
4 abreast, that be the part of the track right there.
Tough racing. Look at this. 4 wide, 5 wide for just a moment. Back to 4. Now caution is out. A yellow is on the racetrack.
Rain, we understand in turn 1.
They're making that change on Davey Allison to Bobby Hillen right now for car number 28. He came in just moments ago. This is as it happened.
Well, here he is getting out of the car, and they want to help him. The Reach-In want to help him, but they can't, Ken. He has to do it on his own power, and he did. And there's Bobby Hillen going in the car.
He got a great ovation for it. Randy Pemberton is with us today here on our CBS telecast, and he's standing by with Davey.
Well, Davey, you did a heck of a job getting out in the car. You had to get out by yourself. You did that. What was it like out there for the couple laps you were running?
That car will fly. I hope that we get him back out in time, get him in good position. The brakes go okay today. They got a good shot at winning this race. And we're just happy that things have worked out the way they have.
Okay, Davey Allison will hit the sidelines. Bobby Hillen Jr. now in the car. Ironically, Hillen, a substitute driver 1 year ago for Kyle Petty with a broken leg.
Okay, so I'm confused. So there's substitutes like for like NASCAR racing. So like he'll get out and then somebody will get in and race for him and like keep hit. Would it be his position still, or would it be the substitute's position? Or like how does that work? I need answers. Explain in the comments, please. I appreciate you all.
Bobby, the car really felt good. I mean, it drove good in traffic, drove good around other cars. I didn't feel any problems with it at all. Y'all just take your time out there, keep your eyes looking way ahead, and everything's going to be all right. You got a good shot at winning this race. Okay, 10-4, Davey.
There's Bobby Hillen dipping down to the bottom of the racetrack as he continues to come up through the field.
I felt like whenever they got to the quality cars to the front, that flying by would stop. But that car's so strong, he's running by good quality race cars like they're setting still.
Killen slipping through on that back straightaway, takes the lead in the Davey Allison car. Midland, Texas, Bobby Hillen is leading the 24 Die Hard 500.
That's Larry McReynolds, the crew chief on the Davey Allison car that's being driven by Bobby Hillen. Tony Glover, the fellow in the yellow shirt.
Almost goes to pit.
Well, Bill Elliott is in. A couple of rounds of wedge on the left side. Gas, one can only. Davey Allison's in. He's out. Gas only. Let's see what happens from here on in.
Well, they didn't go to that 180 laps.
No, sir.
Stopped at 171. Kent, Bobby Hillen didn't get out of the pits as quick as both Ernie Irvin and Sterling Marlin. As a result, he has lost the draft of those guys. That car's strong enough to catch him.
Wow.
Well, that's first clue, Bobby, in. You put him up by 1 point in the Winston Cup Championship points race. You did.
Oh, we took the point lead for Allison.
Thank you very much. That was my job, and I thank Robert Yates, the whole Texaco Havoline Thunderbird race team for letting me have this opportunity. You know, the Lord was good to us early on with the rain, and had a chance to get Davey out, get him out safe, not getting too big of a hurry. And
when we get a yellow flag, Dorsey Schrader will come in as a relief
Oh,
driver.
so that was like for them to advance to like the next race. I would assume so, like as like a team. I think that's what that like my last question kind of got answered just by like what he just said. I think I may have put it together. Let me know if I put that together right.
For Davey.
He slides out down the driver's window. Davey is out. He comes around this side of the car, and Dorsey Schrader goes in.
It was also a tragic week in Michigan, as many of you may have heard. Clifford Allison, the youngest son of Bobby, was killed in a crash during practice Thursday. The 27-year-old was having a fine year in a limited number of ARCA and Grand National appearances and was beginning to show some real promise behind the wheel. And we'll tell you that brother Davey is planning to run the entire race, although Jim Sauter is standing by.
As if overcoming the pain of physical injury weren't enough, today Davey Allison must bear the emotional burden of a devastating loss. If you are among those who are watching who believe that race drivers are not athletes, I challenge you to find another individual who must overcome the physical and emotional adversity that faces one Davey Allison today.
He has gone through so much in a short amount of time.
He told me from the plaque that hangs over his office wall that he sees every day when he goes to work. And the plaque
Maybe
reads,
it wasn't short.
there isn't anything that can happen today
still a lot
that me and the Lord can't handle.
1992 changed me in a lot of ways. We went through a lot of mental, a lot of physical stress and trying times that I never thought I'd have to face. And the thing that I think made the biggest impression on me was that I lived through a wreck, that I may not have been here. And prior to that, I had taken an awful lot of things for granted. I expected an awful lot to happen rather than trying to perform and make it happen. I expected a lot of things to happen. And the thing that got left behind the most and left out the most was my family. And then when the situation came about with my brother, it reinforced it. You know, you never know really what you have. And then when the situation came about with my brother,
a helicopter crash.
You never know really what you have until it's not there.
Yo, that's fucked. And that's the end of the video, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the reaction. I learned something new today. A lot of things. I had a lot of questions too. Some of them got answered. Some of them will get answered hopefully in the comments. But Davey Allison, legend. He seemed like a good driver to me. The next two videos that I'll be putting out are about him, so I'll be learning more about him and getting a better understanding of him as a driver and as a person and his backstory and all of that. But from what I got from this video, man went through a lot. But he pulled through, and sadly, you know, he lost his life in a helicopter crash, which is even crazier after what he was put through and what he had been through. But I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I love y'all. Peace.
They wanna forward, like I was down bad, was stuck in the mud. Now nigga done cleaned up Louis V on the so-so.